Hi there everybody, this is David, and I do hope that all y'all out there had a happy Thanksgiving. Personally, for me, I actually wasn't going to make a video today, but then whenever I woke up this morning, I saw a billion Black Friday sales, and I was like, oh my god, and I started buying all sorts of stuff, and then I was like, wait, I really should make a video and let everybody know about these amazing sales that are going on today, and I do think that that's worth a sub, as I do try my hardest to hit 100,000 subscribers. With your help, your like, and your sub, I just know that I can get there. We have deals on digital games here and physical games, as well as collector's editions. There's tons of stuff right here, but first, before we do get started, I want to talk about another Black Friday sale, and that is from Instant Gaming. This video is actually sponsored by them, and they are doing a Black Friday sale between today and the 2nd of December, and each day they are going to be doing a different sale that kind of rotates through these next days. And here you can actually get discounts not only on PC games, but also PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo games digitally. Basically, you go through to this website, and I will have a link down below that you can use, and what you do is you're able to buy like gift cards, you're able to buy games, all, and I do mean all the games that I talk about today, you can actually buy on Instant Gaming for even more of a discount that is available. So if you want these games but you want them digitally, please do use my link, because it does help me out and it helps at the channel below to purchase these games for the PC, the PlayStation, the Xbox, or even the Nintendo Switch. Or, you could buy one of your loved ones a gift card as well, and, send them that for Christmas or whatever. So that's a really good idea. So we're going to kick things off with going over the NIS online store. I talk about these guys on New RPG News all the time, and they do have some Black Friday sales going on right now for their amazing collector's editions. Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtueless right now is on sale for only $50 frickin' dollars if you wanted to grab that. Disgaea 6, $50 as well. Legend of Heroes Collection of 3 and 4 Trails of Cold Steel, $70 right now. Process of Elimination, $50. Grim Grimoire Once More, $60. Monster Menu The Scavenger's Cookbook, $50. Harvest Moon, The Winds of Anthos, $50. Camaweza, Way of the Thief, $40. I'm going through this website, and it's just all these amazing collector's editions, and you've seen them because I've done unboxings on them. We've gone through them, we've looked at them before. You can really see that they do have a lot of really cool stuff here. So if you like these guys as collector's editions, be sure to peruse their store, and I'll include a link to this down below as well. Another one of my favorite physical publishers is Serenity Forge, and they are having a Black Friday sale as well on all of their games, like Doki Doki Literature Club, Death's Gambit. These are like $25. That's kind of ridiculous. As Dusk Falls, $40. Some of the collector's editions are on sale too, like Genesis Noir or Dungeon Munchies, both of them $40. And look at all that stuff that you get. You get a ton of stuff that would make a great gift for yourself, even if you wanted to. Sword and Fairy Together Forever is on sale, as is A Space for the Unbound, both of those $80 as well. So a lot of stuff here is on sale over on their website. Paradise Killer Collector's Edition just came out. That one is $80 as well. So be sure to peruse this one as well. I'm going to include a link to this down below in the video description too. Oh wow, this one's only $40. Art of Rally. Wow, you got a lot of stuff with these games. Man, I love these collector's editions. They're so good. And now where we can buy the bulk of our physicals is on Amazon, and I'm going to be including links to all of these down below as well. And if you use those links, it will help me out as well. They're affiliate links, but it doesn't charge you anymore or anything. It just helps me out. It helps out the channel as well. So all of these games are on sale, and they're all physical, like Metaphor ReFantazio, one of the best games of the year, if not the best game of the year. Only $50. It is 29% off if you're a fan of turn-based combat, Persona, SMT, the press turn system, fantasy RPGs, that sort of stuff. You got to play Metaphor. It is just so good. Speaking of another good game, we have Unicorn Overlord. This one's only $30. If you're a fan of real-time strategy RPGs like Ogre Battle or the Growlancer series or the new Eiyuden Chronicle, those sorts of games, you cannot go wrong here. This is also a Vanillaware game, and you know that Vanillaware does not miss, and the graphics is just Oh my god, it's out of the world. It's just beautiful. I love this game. It is fan-freaking-tastic. Only $30. You cannot go wrong with that. Persona 3 Reload is only $25. It's 64% off. This is the definitive version of Persona 3, which came out, I want to say, in like 2008 for the PS2, and then the FES version came out, and then they did a PSP version, but this is like all of it all combined into one, minus the female main character, whatever. But anyway, it is really, really good. So if you're a fan of Persona, you do want to pick this one up. And then also from Atlus and Sega, we have Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I love the Like a Dragon series, especially the ones that follow Ichiban, because those are turn-based. And, it's just like a lot of fun. This one's only $25. And if you're looking for turn-based combat, if you're looking for like a real world sort of thing, if you're looking for an adult storyline, but also a lot of humor and just ridiculousness, then be sure to check out these games. They're a laugh a minute, I've got to say. Then we have Persona 5 Royal. This is only $25, 58% off. So again, if you haven't picked up Persona 5, now is definitely the time to do so. This is a killer deal right here. Then right here we have Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles. This is also from Atlus and Sega right here. This looks like it's based upon an anime right here. I've never heard of this before, but I saw it and I was like, oh, I might as well mention it or whatever. So yeah, let me just look at this. Yeah, it's some sort of anime. Oh, what is in her mouth? I don't know what's going on right there though. Wow, that little pig looked weird. But yeah, this is looks like interesting. I would imagine it's based upon an animated series of some sort that I've never heard of or seen. So if you like that series, be sure to pick this one up. Only $40. Now we're moving on in from Atlus and Atlus and Sega into Square Enix. They have their own sale going on right now for Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince. Only $30 right here. This is half price, 50% off. I love the Dragon Quest series, as if that's any secret to anyone, and the Monster series is such a great spin-off. This here takes place in the world of Dragon Quest IV, but instead of following the hero, it actually follows the antagonist. It follows Sorrow, and you get to see the world from his point of view, and it's a really good kind of retelling of that tale, and it's just a great game. Turn-based combat, monster collection, evolution, Pokemon sort of stuff, so be sure to look into that one. Another great banger that they put out last year, Star Ocean: The Second Story R. This is a remake of the very best Star Ocean game ever made, Star Ocean 2, the second story, which came out for the PlayStation 1. This one's only $30. This game pretty much put Star Ocean on the map back in the day. It was the first game that we received in the West, and then they went ahead and they did this HD 2D remake of it, and boy oh boy, if you've always wanted to get into the Star Ocean series but you don't know where to start here. This is pretty much a great place to start. If you don't know anything about it, it's kind of like Tales, but if it took place in futuristic sort of setting, although they always crash land on an undeveloped planet. So I don't know how futuristic that would be. Next up, we have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, only $40. This one really needs no introduction. It is the second part of the Final Fantasy Remake trilogy going on. Starts off at Calm Village, goes all the way up to the Temple of the Ancients, and it is a fantastic game. Open region, action combat, a lot of fun, getting to know your favorite characters even more in depth. So if you haven't played this yet, now is the time for that. Moving on with even more Square Enix stuff, we have Visions of Mana, 25% off, only $45 right here. I love the Mana series. I always have, since I played the very first one on the Game Boy, and then I played Secret of Mana on the SNES. The earlier Mana games were really good. They were action-based combat. They were a lot of fun. And then somewhere around the PS2 era, they kind of fell off the deep end, and there was this World of Mana thing, and we got real-time strategy games and all sorts of other like dungeon crawler sort of games or whatever. But this is a return to form. This is a return to what made the Mana series great, and it is a good story. It is an adult story. It is heart-wrenching, and the graphics are beautiful. I'm sure that you will love this. Also with Square Enix, we have Octopath Traveller 2. This is HD 2D. This is where HD 2D started. Well, I guess the first game is where HD 2D started, but you know what I'm talking about. This is only $25, and if you like turn-based combat, if you like fast combat too, because it has like, I don't want to call it a brave and default system, but kind of like that, where you can kind of like save up turns and then use them and just like blast the enemies or whatever. And it has 8 different characters that you can choose from and kind of rotate through their stories. It has a job class system, a beautiful, beautiful world. This is an old school RPG, but with modern quality of life features. It is so freaking good. Then we have Life is Strange Double Exposure. I've never played the Life is Strange series. I've heard good things about it. I don't know too much about it because, again, I've never played it before. But this was on, I was looking up and bundling all the Square Enix stuff together. And this was only $40. So I figured, some of y'all out there might like Life is Strange, So, you can go ahead and check it out. Looks like some sort of mystery solving, time travel-y sort of dealio right here. Moving on from Square Enix, we are now into Capcom with Dragon's Dogma 2, only $40 right now. This is a great game. I played this game and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first one and I enjoyed the second one. It's kind of an open worldy sort of thing. It's kind of like Capcom's take on a Western RPG, and it is a whole lot of fun. It has a really good character creator too. I made my hero be like a Dorito. He's like huge, massive chest and shoulders, teeny tiny waist. But yeah, if I have to look at a hero all day, I want him to be hot. So then the next one, also from the Capcom store, is a Monster Hunter Stories collection of Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2, only $40. This is turn-based combat. This is a beautiful game right here, cel-shaded graphics and all that, collecting monsters, evolutions, all that kind of stuff, and it's all bundled together in one, so be sure to check that one out. And then also, not really my thing, but it might be one of y'all's things, so I included it, is Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy, and this one is only $30 right now, and this is obviously, the Apollo Justice visual novel type of games or whatever, and it's all 3 of them bundled together into one, so if you like those sorts of games, then be sure to check this one out. Moving on from Capcom into Xseed, we have Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town, and this is basically, if you grew up playing Harvest Moon, this is Harvest Moon because the name had to change. Although they're still doing Harvest Moon games, they're not the real Harvest Moons. I don't know. Somebody else could probably explain it to me better. There was some sort of copyright issue or whatever where they wanted to be Harvest Moon, but they couldn't be Harvest Moon, so then they changed it to Story of Seasons, but then somebody else took over Harvest Moon or something like that. So yeah, if you like those games, be sure to check this one out. This one's cool too. This one's only $30, One Piece Odyssey. I really, really enjoyed this game. This is obviously based upon the anime, but it's turn-based combat, and the combat takes place in, like, sections. Like, there's different, like you might encounter 6 enemies, but 3 of them might be in one section, 1 in these other sections, and each character has to fight off their own section before they can help out their teammates or whatever. So it's a different take on that, and it's really, really cool. I really enjoyed it. Sandland is only $20 right here. Looks like it's is it a little bit more for the PS5? Yeah, it looks like it's $32.99, but the Black Friday sale is on the Xbox version of the game for only $20 right here. If you want kind of an open world sort of game where you create tanks and robots and go around fighting and action combat, then be sure to grab this, only $20. Back to Xseed, because I made a mistake there. So this is Rune Factory 3. I love the Rune Factory games. This one's only $20 right here. This is a remake of Rune Factory 3 that was released for the Nintendo DS, and now it's available on console. So if you like those sorts of games, it's harvesty, Harvest Moony sort of thing, but also with combat. Same deal here with Rune Factory 4, only $19. Have all my Xseed stuff kind of bundled together. Another Story of Seasons game. This one's only $20, 34% off. This one is Friends of Mineral Town right there. So if you're into these cozy games, be sure to grab that. Silent Hope This is a day one edition, so it's a boxed edition, and you get this different stuff with it right here. This one's only $20, and I loved Silent Hope. This is a dungeon crawling RPG where you're able to choose different characters to go into the dungeon. Like, you could be a farmer, you could be a fighter, you could be an archer, you could be a wizard or whatever, and you go down into these dungeons, like a roguelike sort of dungeon thing, and you fight in action-based combat, and it is a ton of fun. This is definition of a hidden gem right here. Also with Xseed, we have Sakuna, Rice, and Ruin, only $20 right here. This is a side-scrolling action RPG. Reminds me of like Myrna Mass of the Demon Blade sort of thing. It is beautiful, and it is great. And I think that they're actually making another Sakuna game. I'm pretty sure that they are. So if you want to get into the series on the ground floor, right now is the time for only $20. Loot Bait, Summer of the Gods. I am shocked that this is even still a thing. This was one of the worst games that came out last year, bar none. Probably the worst game that came out last year. It's only $30, so if you want to buy a hate gift for somebody, one of your arch nemesises or something like that, then be sure to pick up Loot 8 and ruin someone's day. Granblue Fantasy is on sale as well. This Granblue Fantasy Versus. This is not the relink. This is Versus. This is an anime fighting game. Only $20. Anime fighting like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 2 or the Dragon Ball Z games or whatever, something like that. But if you liked Granblue Fantasy Relink, then you want to check this one out too to see, just get more background on the characters and things like that. Moving on into indies, we got Sea of Stars. This one's only $32.55 right here. This is a Chrono Trigger inspired turn-based RPG. It came out to a lot of fanfare, and it is a good game. It is. Don't get me wrong. It's a good game. It has some little things bringing it down, mostly that you have to use Boomerang every single freaking turn because, that's the only good thing in combat. But other than that, it is a beautiful game. It's an enjoyable game. It doesn't wear out its welcome. It's a lot of fun. I did really enjoy Sea of Stars. This is something that I don't know a whole lot about, but I saw that it was on sale, and I know that a lot of my fan base does like Borderlands, so I figured that I would put this in here. This one's $30, Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition plus Tiny Tina's Next Level Edition. So if you're into these sorts of games, be sure to check this one out. I've heard very good things about the Borderlands series. I haven't played them myself, but I've heard good things. Catan Super Deluxe Edition is only $20 right now. Ooh, it's only $15 for the PS5. Interesting. So $20 for the Switch, $15 for the PS5. This is based upon a board game that I play a lot with my friends. So this is really cool. I've never played this console version of it, but it looks neat. But I have played the board game for literally hundreds of hours sitting around my friend's dining room table and playing this game. It's a lot of fun. Here we have Revenant Saga and Revenant Dogma. These are Kemco RPGs, those kind of mobily turn-based Kemco basic bitch RPGs. It looks very SNES styled or whatever, turn-based combat, that sort of thing. So if you're looking for something kind of old school world mappy, then you definitely do want to grab this. I know the Kemco games, they do have a bad reputation, but I don't think that their games are bad. They're just basic, and there's nothing wrong with basic sometimes. Not everything has to be, the next Metaphor or Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Sometimes you just want to chill with something else. We heard about Loop 8 earlier as far as, bad game of last year. Here's one of the bad games of this year. This is Reynatis. It is on sale 20% off for $48. Looks like it's a little bit cheaper on the Switch for $46.10 right here. This is an action RPG. It's very flashy. It looks flashy. It looks beautiful. It takes place in Shibuya, Japan. But whenever you actually play it, it's just... It's not like... Loop 8 is worse. I was going to say it's not as bad as Loop 8. Loop 8 is definitely worse. So Here we have Hogwarts Legacy. This is obviously based upon the Harry Potter franchise. This one is on sale for $25.09. This is one of the most popular games that came out the other year. So if you haven't played this one yet and you want to, now's the time. For only 25 bucks, you can't really go wrong. And finally, we're wrapping things up with another indie, one of the best indies that came out this year, Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. This is Suikoden 6 in all but name, essentially. It is such a good game. It feels like if Suikoden never ended and it stayed on the PS2. It's only $40 if you wanted to grab it. $40 on the Switch, looks like $30 on the PS5 if you wanted to grab it on that console instead of the Switch. It's a little bit cheaper right there. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of great games on sale, physical games that you can buy and wrap up for a gift and put under the tree this holiday season. So again, if you want any of these games, if you want them physically, I have links for purchase down below. If you want them digitally, even cheaper over Instant Gaming, I have links to that down below as well. Be sure to use those affiliate links. It helps me out a ton. Hope that you all enjoyed this video, and as always, have a good day.